Welcome to this getting started video for Connected Mind on the Android tablet. I have a Motorola Xoom here and I'm running Android 3.2 Honeycomb, and I'm going to walk you through creation of minds using this app. So let's get started. We click on Create Map, and here we've been asked to give the map a name, so we're going to call it Map 1 in this case, and then we've got a choice. We can create a map with the central idea appearing as text in a shape, or we can include an image as our central idea. I'm going to pick the shape to start with, and now I'm given a choice of some shapes that I might want to put in the middle of a map, and there's a whole range of shapes that I can use. I'm going to pick a 5-point star, and there's my map created with the text of the map name in the middle and the star shape. I can tap on that to select it, and then I can grab the corner and resize it. I can also put my finger on it and move it around like this. If I'm not happy, I can undo my changes, redo. Okay, so I've created my map. I'm now going to add a branch to it, so I just hit the branch button. I can give my branch some text, which is the idea that comes off of my main idea. So I say done, and then I can use one stroke of the finger in any shape I like to create my branch. And what happened there was I created my branch with a single stroke, but my finger maybe wobbled around a bit, but as I let go, the branch was smoothed out to create a nice smooth curve. So on the curve there's these selection points which I can actually touch on and move around to reshape the curve if I want to. I can also grab the curve somewhere where there isn't a point and actually move the whole curve around however I want to, and obviously I can undo those changes if I want to. Okay, so that's my first branch. Maybe I'm not very happy with the colour of that branch, so I can choose the colour picker. And here I've got a very nice feature where I can actually run my finger around the outside of the colour picker to select the basic hue of that branch. So I'll go for a nice red, and inside I can kind of select the strength of the colour or the saturation. So maybe I want a slightly stronger pink, something like that. Okay, and there we are, there's my branch colour. If I want to change the text, I can double tap on that, and up here I can see my branch text, so I'm add some new text on the end, text there, and done. And if I want to also change the font to make it a bit larger and more readable, I can double tap again, choose font, and I've got the size here, so maybe make it 32 point. I've got a number of different fonts I can choose from. There's a number of ones, so I might say I want to use permanent marker, for example. Okay, and when I say done, there we are. There's the change again, undoable, redoable. So let's create another branch. The branch works out what it's attached to by where you start drawing. So if you start drawing in the middle, it's going to attach it as a new main branch off the central idea, and it's going to give it a new random colour. It's gone for a sort of fairly pinky colour. I don't really like that, so I'm going to change that. I can go into advanced colours and say, give me a new random colour. Not much better. Try one more. And it's given me a purpley colour. If I now add a shape below that, sorry, for a shape I need to select what I'm going to add to. Add a shape below that, then I can, with shapes, I can say add some text in the middle there if I want to. I don't have to, but if I do, that's how it appears. Okay, now this shape is a child of this branch, and therefore it inherits its attributes, its colours. So if I were to change the colour of this one, the colour of this one also changes. If I had a branch where I actually start drawing on a different branch like that, it realises that that's going to be a sub-branch of this main idea, and picks it up as this being the parent, and therefore uses the same colour and actually reduces the thickness of the stroke to indicate that it's, you know, a branch off the main branch. I can go one step further if I want to and do a branch off a branch, which will end up being a very thin line like that. I can go as far as I want to, but by default there are 3 thicknesses that I use. If I don't like those thicknesses, I can change them by picking a different width. So another thing to show you is adding an image. So maybe I want to add an image right here. as a child to that. Choose an image. I've got some picture of New Zealand here, and again I can pick it within a shape. I might say what looks good, maybe a circle, and when I tap my finger down, that's where it appears. I can drag my finger around to resize. Again, if I can hold it and move it around like that, and I can undo those changes if I want to. So there we go. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Make it a little bit smaller, and then I can actually add a caption up here, and I could say New Zealand. Okay, and because it's inheriting from up here, it's picked up that permanent marker font that I chose earlier. Okay, so I've created my masterpiece, and maybe now I want to share it with other people. So I'll just tap to unselect that, and then I've got a share button up here, and it prepares my image for sharing. Now, the things I can share it with basically are any app that you have installed on your device that is capable of accepting an image. And that list will depend on what apps you've got installed. And as you add new apps, they will appear on this list as well. So I'm going to, in this case, choose Twitter. And I can see here that my image is going to be attached there to my tweet. I could also obviously email it, or if this was a phone, I could send it via messaging, whatever. Okay, so we're nearly at the end. I just want to show you one more thing, really, is that if I now create another map, I could create a map now with the image at the center instead of a shape. So choose this version, get to my image picker, pick New Zealand again, but this time I'm going to go for a rounded rectangle, and there we are. There's my map, and again I can add branches as I can in the normal way, and it works just like any other map. So, and if I want to now switch back to the original map, I can do Open Maps, and I've only got one other at the moment, and I can switch back to that one. If I leave the application and come back in again, it remembers where I am, and will reopen the map just as I left it. Okay, and that's all for now.